or met a lad, he recognised me from my Instagram. Sheffield boy, former Marine, and we had a little chat, and his unit took heavy casualties, so they have to reform, but he's gonna go home for a while, back to his family and his son, and I gave him some unsolicited advice. PT, physical training, every day, you know, get up and do it no matter what, whether you're hungover or what. You know, being home some weren't pleasant. You know, I told them the truth. You know, there was some times when all the interviews stopped and the courses before I did Kungsleden, I had just about enough energy to take Mossa for a piss down the road. And you know how much I love Mossa, so if that slips, imagine what else is slipping. But this is happening quite a bit here, like getting recognized in different places. But it is what it is. I hope on the Ukraine side, let alone what I fundraise for in the outside world, I hope it's received positively. But we had a real nice chat, and I hope that boy's going to be all right, and for his family and everything. I think that's gorgeous graffiti. And there's an escort agency, Hobby Escort. And look at this, 1996 to 2023. I'm going to try to take more pictures of the billboards, and I'm going to try to translate them. And I'll do that in my community posts when I have time. I think that's important, how you can join Azov, or how we honor the people who've been lost. 40 minutes to war. Charlie brought this generator. This came in January, and in March he brought it down to Kherson. Now it's here in Zaporizhzhia. So this is what one of our babies. She still goes. The tires are flat though. So this is Skip, guys. My friend Lucy from England worked with him, and we've kept in contact for quite some time.
Yeah, our vehicle for the evacuation. Sometimes we do it at night. Actually, not sometimes. Most of the time we do it at night.
Yes.
And for now we were using this type of camera.
So these are made in Ukraine. These night vision cameras, yeah.
Self-made, yeah.
How much did it cost, roughly? Like when you guys got it originally?
Like $100.
Okay. How fast can you drive with this?
About 20-30 kilometers max, if you know the way. If the way is new for you, even less, I think. Because when the road is turning, you can see only straight.
So you're running spine board in the rear.
Yeah, with some.
Just like ours, like my truck, Hospitaliere.
At night time, it's really sometimes funny. Let's say it's funny.
Yeah.
So you need to drive quickly. So actually, I prefer to use lights instead of this device.
Yeah. Like
I prefer speed.
2 kilometers back, turn on the lights, drive fast.
Yeah.
It's
and if you're making about 80 kilometers on the field, then you are more or less safe. But you are jumping as a hell.
But then it's luck. It's luck.
Yeah, it's luck, exactly. With the PSV, it should be much more comfortable. Yeah?
Is this your helmet?
Yeah, it's my helmet.
Let's take your helmet. Dobra sabaczka. Hello. Hello. So this is one of the eco flows. They cost $1,000. Sometimes I get a deal for like $900 when I was buying them. But this should run. How long is it? You're running Starlink. What else? You charge the batteries?
Actually, we're using the Jenny twice a day.
Twice a day.
Half hour each time.
So 3 hours on generator.
In a day, and then the remaining 21 hours this thing is done. So 12 hours, then recharge 12 hours.
You've had this maybe 4 or 5 months, plus minus, about 5-6 months, and it's still.
Yeah, only the temperatures are going down at night.
Yeah.
It's,
this is affecting the battery,
yeah,
the cold weather.
Yeah, it's a bit.
Harley brought over 8 DP4400s for the guys that we bought before. Now we're on to the R7 radio. But also, just acknowledge good work. Harley sometimes helps Sunflower, an American organization, and they donated a Starlink. So always good to acknowledge other work.
Yeah.
I got this call. When was the last time we talked? We had a text message maybe 3 weeks ago. We started talking again.
Yeah, you told me that it's not gonna happen soon.
Yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. It was my words. But it's 3 weeks later. We have 2 PSV14 generation 2 white phosphorus.
Nice toys.
We originally met each other in Slovyansk when you were working with Lucy on the ambulance crew.
Yeah, 2 years ago it was.
Yeah, it seems like the war it's creeping up like this.
Yeah, normally we are using just light vehicles like jeeps and minivans, which are rebuilt for the evacuation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and of course we are standing by on the radio while the battle is going on, and as soon as we hear someone is injured, we receive the instructions, commands actually to drive quickly to the evacuation point, and that's where we collect our injured guys, and most of the time it is at night time. And prior to this, we were using simple video cameras, self-made, which are actually not so good for this job because they're far not perfect. You cannot drive more than 20-30 kilometers per hour at night with them. Yeah, but with this thing, it looks like we can drive much quicker, and if without lights. But till now, we were using lights. Actually, I was preferring speed instead of to be, not visible on visually. And on the way to another stage of evacuation, to the highway, let's say, where the guy will be going to the hospital. So under that, while we are driving, the medic is checking the tourniquets, changing them. Well, sorry, not changing. Just checking how tight they are, and the bandages, and it's the first medical help. And till now we were lucky. All injured guys were delivered in a good state, reasonable good state, and they are alive.
You've also had to park the vehicle and to go further by foot through the fields.
Yeah.
What's that like for you?
Normally another guys are doing that, but sometimes we have to run. Well, in my experience, it was like 100 meters, 150 meters where I left the car because I couldn't drive even any closer, and we pick up the guy from the trench.
Yeah.
Actually, under the broken tank.
Mm.
He had an injury of his leg and arms, and he couldn't walk. So that was the longest distance I was running actually. But the guys sometimes they have to walk for 2-3 kilometers, carrying a couple of guys. So and it's not easy, as you can imagine. The longer the medic stays alive, the more lives and we can save. But of course it's all relative and reasonable. So we are trying to reduce the risk to as low as reasonably practical, but sometimes it's really hard. So when you are on a mission, and it's like the switch which is changing you when you know that there's a guy who really need your help, and then of course all the saving life rules are not prioritized anymore.
How long? You're now in 82 Brigade.
For 7-8 months, something like that. Yeah.
And before this, you were working. It was volunteer organization.
Yeah, I was in a volunteer organization. Yeah.
Just come back from seeing your son.
Yeah. I actually since 2014 I was not happy about what was going on, and but I had a nice job and I had a nice profession. I'm a sailor, and I tried to. In that time, it was like you could join the army for half a year without having experience, if you wish, as a volunteer, and that's what I was really thinking about. If my company even gave me the green light if I want to take a long vacation for 1 year, a long break. So I wanted to help the guys for 1 year and then go back to my normal life. But that didn't work. They didn't take me, so I continued to work till the 22nd of February, 24th of February 2022, yeah. And in that time I was at sea, on board the ship, in England, and on the second day I was already in Poland and then in Ukraine. My family, it was a massive rockets, as you remember, attacks on the cities. And
they attack Rivne too, the rockets.
Yeah, the first one, on the first day the airport was destroyed. So my family were driving in opposite direction. I was driving to Ukraine, they were driving abroad. And on the third day I was in this military commissariat, with a distribution point, but of course there was no interest for me because I have a special profession, sailor, with no ships here, no warships, no navy. Yeah, and I was reserved. So just not to waste time and to prepare myself, I joined the territorial defense. Yeah,
territorial defense, Terbarona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were training and learning how to shoot, the first aid, etc. I spent a couple of months there, and then it was not enough for me, and I found these volunteers organizations like first mobile hospital, and that's where I met Lucy, and that's where I met with you first time.
I'm going to put a link to Lucy, the interview she did with me. I'm going to put that in the comments. Lucy's a good girl.
Yeah.
From England, from Surrey.
Yeah, we were one crew on the evacuation vehicle together with her. Yeah, nice and very professional girl. After that, the army called me, and I said, yeah, now it's time to come. Yeah, why not? I was prepared. I was waiting for that actually. So my family is still living abroad. I'm happy. They are happy and they are safe. And I'm gonna quit this. I'm gonna complete this. So we need to win this war and as soon as possible, and to go back to our normal life before
too long. 9?
Yeah.
It's like, is he playing football? Then he's being like with the other boys. My friend Alex, same thing. His son is learning German. He's playing football, and every night you probably talk to them like FaceTime and shit, and
like grateful to our neighbors and other European countries. Actually, not only European. Yeah, a lot of support is coming, and our civilians are safe there, and the countries are supporting, so they can stay in a safe place for now. Yeah, it's nice. It's great. This is a civilized way, not here.
get the children and the women out.
Yeah.
Why were you thinking of joining other units? Like you joined 82nd Brigade, were you thinking maybe National Guard, or was there anything else in your head? Because you
No.
joined a long time ago.
Yeah.
What was the process for you?
I'm kind of in life. I'm just kind of going with the flow.
Yeah.
So
Did you have friends in this brigade?
No.
No.
It's just newly formed assault brigade, while during the recruiting process, I was told that we will be sent abroad to UK or Germany to get the NATO experience, and that was interesting for me to try to implement it here. And a lot of guys went for studying, for learning the techniques, you know, this heavy vehicles, etc. So, and all kind of different education, and it works. It works, but not as it should actually. I think we need some time to, you know, to turn to more professional army, more professional way. Yeah, I don't want to say like we are not professional. The guys are doing like, you know, unexplainable things, you know, unbelievable. They are very brave, and but yeah, it's this process will need some time, and yeah, and we are trying to change, and we are changing actually. Yeah. What do you think?
Well, I'm laughing to myself because we need time, we need support, but I think I remember you had hair last time I seen you, so it's like
No.
I hope the war ends soon, but it's like if we keep going, we're gonna be really old and really smart.
Yeah. Actually, I'm shaving my head because I'm turning gray now. So yeah, when I met you first, and I was watching a couple of your Instagram videos, I said, what a crazy guy. Where is Canada? Where is Sweden? What is he doing here? And I said, well, yeah, he's really crazy. And I had a couple of words with you and Dmitry. I said, yeah.
You met everybody
Yeah.
loves Dima. His mother will watch this video. They moved to they moved to New
Your
York.
nice son.
Yeah, they moved to New York when he was 3.
Yeah.
But then he got in trouble in school, and they said, "You're going to Ukraine to live with your babushka," and he always stayed here.
Yeah. He was punished, but he's happy. Probably, yeah.
You guys are the
But,
reason.
yeah, when I saw you this mine explosion, I saw, yeah. But you're lucky, you know. I don't know who's that, but your angels are there saving you. You know, they're taking care of you probably, because it's you're very lucky. You know, these kind of mines, they are destroying vehicles and everything what is inside normally.
Is doing evacuation. If you don't focus for 1 second,
Yeah.
you'll be lucky. But someday you won't be lucky.
Yeah.
But things are getting.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you have no choice actually. Well, you have a choice to, you know, just to go home, but sometimes you have to just go and pray, just for, you know, just not to drive on a mine. Yeah.
But night vision requires some light to magnify. I was driving a Comfort at like 60 kilometers an hour, and you can see every Donbass fucking hole. You know, so it was like you could feel the road.
Yeah.
And the biggest concern, well, mines, but if you're driving with no lights, you have big advantage.
Yeah.
Because even in Soledar once, like driving like 4 kilometers from Peters, but we're driving in the dark, but we hit 2 cars, only driving at like 20 kilometers an hour, but
Yeah.
20 plus 20 is 40.
Yeah.
We wrecked 2 cars, and Ukrainians wrecking Ukrainian cars.
Yeah.
This is,
It can be tanks.
it can,
Oh, heavy. Yeah.
one of the Swedes I came with, this is how he died, BMP in the dark. But I don't want to talk about the negative too much. For what it's worth, two of your teams in 82, you have much better chance now,
Yeah.
because everything is happening at night. At least for my experience, it's always night.
Yeah.
90% of everything happens at night.
Yeah. Thanks for that, mate. And
Thank
for
you, guys.
all the rest you've got from you. So
Well,
you're supporting us. Someone is supporting you. And yeah, thanks for that.
I like you guys. You're always feeding me.
we are trying to. When we have. Yeah.
When we have, but now I've got to go to Donbass. I've got more radio batteries. How many batteries do you have for radio?
2 for well,
2
one
each?
one and spare. Yeah.
1 and spare. You wouldn't believe how many lives batteries save. For example, in Blindage,
Yeah.
they were sending runners to get more batteries
Yeah, yeah.
when the shit is heavy.
Yeah, the communication is a priority. This is number one in our business.
And then I would say this is like number
yeah,
2.
kind of number 2. Yeah, sure.
But now, you know, this was not Ukraine. This was Russian only how many months ago?
Yeah.
Where
Well,
we are now.
I'm not really following this. It was kind of a border.
Yeah.
Maybe they were here, but yeah.
But only down the road. That was Peter.
Yeah. Well, you can still feel them. It's quiet now. I don't know why, but good. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Little by little. It's good to see you again.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna fuck off. But if you need any tac med, we'll go in the car. If you need like tourniquet shit, I have more. So we can have a look. We can have a look in Brandon's truck.
Yeah. I'll see you, Brandon. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, mate.
Thanks, brother.
Dobre sabaczka. Дуже смачно. Cia. So I'm doing a video for my Instagram and I have to film the YouTube mode, but for QM for Ukraine and Sneagle, we acknowledge them always on Instagram to show their donors, because I never paid for any of this stuff here. I mean, Sneagle, I've made myself a brand whore for them. I bought Sneagle to come to this war. I never thought I'd be getting it for free to give out to soldiers. It's amazing. So, just like what you've seen in Rivne with the broken gun, and it was the same Lithuanian model in Kherson that Joe's team had that blew up. And our Zhuzha technically is superior. So please keep supporting the drone effort as well, guys. I'm learning more and more and more. But does he know how much this cost? No. But it's fucking expensive.
About 15,000.
About $15,000. Zhuzha can pretty much meet this requirement for under 3,000. So again, drones. Drone Sabatka. I'm somewhere between Orkiv and Ulapoli. Look at all the sunflowers that might not be harvested this year. Fucking Russia. No, that's the argument, you know, like when the people are like, oh, why support Ukraine? Let the war be over soon. And let's just go back to normal and our food prices and cost of living will go back to normal. Do you not think that Russia, just like gas, that they're not going to use wheat, that they're not going to use sunflower and other resources to blackmail us for 10, 20, 30 years at a go? So here we are, sunny Pokrovsk. Pokrovsky, actually. And I did my first rotation around here at the hospital, and I used to go running on these streets every morning because we never seem to get casualties here. And I've not been here in a long time. Maybe last time I was here was about this time last year, just for a quick visit to bring supplies to 1st Armored Brigade. They've since moved on too. It's a nice little town. It's good to see a bit more life in the park. I used to go down there's like a little gym. Go running here every morning and just go up this street to ATB, to the supermarket. I think that bridge is blowing up. But just a simple little town on the Zaporizhzhia line, you know, like you could eat steak, probably not, mostly pork. There's a market here. Sometimes they sell beef. Depends what day of the week you can get beef. And I remember running down these roads. My commander at the time, she wasn't awake, of course, so I go running. But she wouldn't let me walk 5 minutes all by myself to the supermarket because it was so dangerous for a foreigner to do such things. And look how far I've come. Look how far I come. Went to Germany, fundraised for cars, brought back a generator for 1st Armored Brigade and drove it all the way to the front line by myself. And this was my first month of war in the hospital. I think I'll have to treat the boys, it'd be rude not to. I forgot about the bakery. It's an amazing bakery. And I got 6 loaves of the nice bread there for the boys. I've got 2 stops to make tonight. Money's a bit tight after the NVGs, but if you want to be rich, you gotta act rich. Fuck, it's good bread. I gotta watch my carbs though. New Times radio interview with Kate Jabot just come out. So, because I like the sound of my own voice, I'll have a go at that on the drive. And I got 2 hours ahead, so we'll see what that's all about. Cherry pastry and cigarettes. Well, goodbye Pokrovsk. Bit of a bazaar down there. Tire repair shops. They've got a bit of everything here. Yep. I really like this town. I would, some of my best education prepared me for the next step, for the next step, for the next step.